Hey everybody, it's your boy, your guy, your man, I can't think of anything else right now, that's okay. What is the worst Sword and Shield set ever released in the Pokemon TCG? That's a question that Daunter Collects. Very good, very good. That was a good transition right there. Daunter Collects is trying to find out. If you're interested in my channel, talking about Pokemon cards and related things, subscribe, consider subscribing, trying to get to 700 subscribers. Wonderful. So what is the worst Sword and Shield set? Now, I could just say what it is right now, but let's break it down, right? And I have some criteria here. So this is going to be not related to money, so it doesn't matter what the most expensive or the cheapest card is. I don't care about that. So this is my criteria. So I say that there's some sets in a Sword and Shield era that are easily eliminated from this ranking. I think the sets that shouldn't be included in this are any of the sets with the trainer gallery. So Silver Tempest, Lost Origin, Brilliant Stars, and Astral Radiance, as well as Crown Zenith. Not only do those sets have all arts, but they also have trainer gallery cards and the trainer gallery V cards. There's just no way I could ever consider those sets bad, you know? And extended from that, I would also say all the sets that have all arts in them also get eliminated. So Fusion Strike, Evolving Skies, Battle Styles. Even though people don't really like Battle Styles, I think since it has all arts, it is better than a lot of the other sets in the Sword and Shield era. Same thing with Chilling Reign. It's eliminated. The only one that I'm keeping is Pokemon Go, considering the fact that it only has 2 all arts. But these are the kind of things that I'm going to be looking at. So the first one is the uniqueness of the set, which is how special the set is, or does it have any interesting concepts. Next I have the full arts. Are the full arts good, nice poses or good Pokemon choices? And 3, finally, just going to be the secret rares. Are the secret rares good, or the rainbows, the gold or the rainbow cards good? Cool. So I have chosen a couple sets, and these are the sets that I've chosen. Sword and Shield base set, Rebel Clash, Darkness Ablaze, Champion's Path, Vivid Voltage, and Pokemon Go. Now, out of all these sets, I'm going to be trying to find what the worst set out of all those is. So let's just get started with uniqueness. Starting with Sword and Shield base set. What do we really have in it? Well, we do have gold cards for Zacian and Zamazenta. That is also included in the secret rare talk as well. Now, these secret rares are alright. They're the 2 legendaries, so I think that that's totally fine. But they're the exact same as the full art cards, so it's not like they're extremely unique or anything. But we also have the Rainbow Snorlax VMAX. I would say that's probably one of the more interesting cards in the set, and a little bit more unique than some of the other cards in the set, just because it's that's the only card that Snorlax really got. It didn't even get a shiny in Shining Fates, but unlike Lapras, Lapras did. So I would say that's probably one of the more unique cards in the set, being that Rainbow Snorlax VMAX. Other than that, it really just has the starters and Snorlax. That's the unique things about the set. I would say those are 3 things, right? So that's not really a lot. Rebel Clash, what does it have in it? It has some shiny Pokemon for the secret rares, which are not reused artworks. They're 3D illustrations of Frostmoth and Galarian Berserker, but they're shinies instead of just being their regular colors. So I would say that that's pretty unique. But they also have the, some okay full arts. You have full arts of the starter Pokemon. You also have rainbows of the starter Pokemon. So you have Inteleon, Cinderace, and Rillaboom. Rainbow VMAXs probably aren't the most interesting thing you could ever imagine, but it is still kind of unique. And when it comes to full arts in Sword and Shield base set, backtracking, they're kind of okay. I don't have anything to mention that I think are really cool. And from Rebel Clash, I also don't really have any of them to mention that are really cool, except for the Milotic V full art. I think that one looks pretty cool. I like the pose of the Pokemon. And I would say that the Ninetales V is pretty decent. It has a good Pokemon decision choice. Moving on to Darkness Ablaze, which is going to be our 3rd set. This set has a Charizard VMAX, and that's the only card in this set I think that's worth anything. The gold cards, you have a shiny Rillaboom and a shiny Colossal. That's kind of okay, I guess, having a shiny starter, but I think it would have made more sense for there to be shiny starters for all 3 of them in the same set. They should have just done that in Rebel Clash, honestly. This set really doesn't have any interesting cards in it. Full art wise, it has the Houndoom V full art, which is pretty cool. I think that card is pretty nice. Other than that, though, even though I'm a big Caesar fan, I don't think it's like the most interesting card of all time. I wouldn't call that unique, right? It's just a single Pokemon. Moving on to Champion's Path, this set is not great. You have the two unique things about this set is the Charizard VMAX Rainbow and the Charizard V Shiny card. And that is all the set has in it. Anything else is pretty much just like pack filler. There's no interesting full arts. And I mean, even the Rainbow Charizard is just the regular Charizard VMAX, but just turned into Rainbow. Shiny Charizard V is probably the most unique card in the set. But other than that, there's nothing in this set to like. Vivid Voltage. You have some pretty decent full arts. I would say like the Pikachu V full art is pretty cool. The Alakazam V full art is pretty cool. I actually personally like the Drapion V full art. I think it's got a pretty unique pose. And for gold cards, you've got the shiny Galarian Obstagoon. That's a really good secret rare right there. I think it's a very nice, like very appealing shiny. And you also have the Rainbow Pikachu VMAX. As well as that, you also have amazing rares as well, which are like kind of a different subset of cards. So for example, in this set we have a couple. I'll just show one on the screen. I'll show the Raikou amazing rare. They have like a unique color palette in the background as well as some like more interesting facets as well. And then finally for Pokemon Go, this set does not have a lot in it. It has the Mewtwo V and Conkeldurr V all arts, which are pretty unique secret rares. Other than that, though, the set has nothing to show for. I don't think it has really interesting full arts. The two all arts in the set are very underwhelming. And yeah, other than that, it's really small. It does have Radiant cards, so it has like the Radiant Charizard, which is a shiny Charizard. I think that card is done better in Crown Zenith anyway, so I wouldn't really count it as anything super incredible. So yeah, that's what we got. We got Sword and Shield base set, Rebel Clash, Darkness Ablaze, Champion's Path, Vivid Voltage, and Pokemon Go. And judging by the way that I talked about the sets, I think it's pretty clear that there's a set in here that stands out as not being that bad, which is Vivid Voltage. Vivid Voltage has some pretty interesting stuff in it, all things considered. It also has a full art Leon, which is pretty cool because he's the champion. I think that's pretty unique. It has a pretty good looking shiny card. Has a, Rainbow Pikachu VMAX. It's not like, Champion's Path where they took the Charizard out of Darkness Ablaze. So Vivid Voltage is eliminated, all things considered. I also think that Sword and Shield base set is also eliminated from this because it does have the Rainbow Snorlax VMAX, as well as the Gold Zacian and Zamazenta, which are both pretty dope, all things considered. So I'd say Sword and Shield base set is excluded. And for Rebel Clash, even though I personally don't really like Rebel Clash that much, I have a very heavy bias against it. It does have all the starters as well as the shiny, the introduction of the shiny gold cards, which are unique. So I will give them that, and I will say, actually, the Milotic and the Ninetales V full arts are pretty dope. So that eliminates Rebel Clash. What does that leave us with? Pokemon Go, Champion's Path, and Darkness Ablaze. Wow, we're really scraping the bottom of the barrel here. Darkness Ablaze is like one of the worst sets ever created in the Pokemon TCG, in my personal opinion. Obviously, when it comes to like common, uncommon, rare artworks, I think all sets are good. I don't think there's a single set that is absolutely awful in terms of commons and uncommons and rares, because all the artists work so hard on the Pokemon TCG. So I'm not gonna say that they're bad, but in just terms of depth, Darkness Ablaze has not a lot, but it does have the full art Houndoom. It does have some gold shiny cards like the Colossal and the Rillaboom. And it also has, it actually does have some okay full arts like the Houndoom. The Crobat is pretty dope. And even though I was just talking about how Caesar's not really that cool of a Pokemon, it does have a full art, and so does Salamence. Salamence has a full art in this set, which I think is pretty cool. It's not like the most interesting pose, but it's a pretty decent looking full art, I would say, all things considered. Rainbow Salamence is a pretty cool Pokemon to have a rainbow. And I think Centiskorch looks really cool, but it's not really everybody's favorite Pokemon. For those reasons, even though Darkness Ablaze is a pretty bad set, I want to eliminate it just because, we're really talking bottom of the barrel sets here. These are all D tier sets, but there's only one F tier set. Pokemon Go, all things considered, again, not a really great set. There's not really a lot of things to like in this set. Doesn't even have any shiny gold cards. I don't know. The full art Dragonite's okay. The all arts in the set are woefully underwhelming. but I'm gonna eliminate it because it does have the peelable Ditto card, which is pretty dope. And it's not awful, it has Radiant cards. So that leaves us with one set. And what is that set? It's Champion's Path. Wow, are you surprised? Has no gold Pokemon cards. Actually, it has one. It has a Suspicious Food Tin gold card, which is like one of the worst gold cards ever created. It's just so like, it's so lame. Doesn't even have any gold Pokemon in it. Okay, well, does it have a Charizard V in it? It doesn't even have a Charizard V in it. So you got Venusaur V, you know, Incineroar V. You got a bunch of crappy Vs. You have like 4 full art Pokemon. And you have like 5 rainbows. One of them is Charizard. You have 1 full art trainer and 1 shiny Charizard. Now, if that doesn't sound like the most underwhelming set in the entire world to you, I don't know what to tell you. This has gotta be. Champion's Path has to be the worst Sword and Shield set ever. If not one of the worst, like, Pokemon card sets of all time, genuinely. Because I feel like almost every single set has some charm to it. Champion's Path really feels like they just took everything out of Darkness Ablaze and just threw it into a set. Like, it's so painfully underwhelming. There's nothing redeemable about this set. You know, even if you love Charizard and Shiny Charizard or whatever, like, there's nothing about this set that really is interesting at all. At all. That's it. Champion's Path is the worst Sword and Shield set. I hope you guys agree, because this set sucks, honestly. But if you were to say any of those other ones that I was talking about, I think you would probably be justified as well. Regardless, though, I hope you guys have a fantastic day. It's kind of a short video. And if you would like to become a channel member, I have membership set up. It would just support the channel. I don't really have a lot of incredible rewards. But if you would like to support the channel, starting at $2, ending at $2 is my channel membership. Regardless, I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next time.